Welcome back, everybody. This is the third video that we have done or are doing on our TriStar shotgun that we purchased at Walmart for $340. We did have a question as far as what model this is, and I failed to mention that in our first video and the second video. This is the Setter EX, 7.4 pounds, great little shotgun, 28-inch barrel, chambered at 3-inch, and we found that it is a good gun and definitely a good value. Probably the statement that I'd like to make is there's a few things I would do right off the bat as soon as I took this out of the box, and that would be disassemble it. What we found, we had a failure on our shooting day with it. We put 100 rounds through it, or approximately 100 rounds, and the gun started failing. And what failed is we weren't getting our second barrel. We could shoot, first barrel would shoot, and then the trigger would lock up on the second barrel. So I had a feeling that it wasn't broken, we just had a failure of some sort inside. My instinct told me that it was probably lubrication, lack of. So first thing we did, we'll just kind of give a quick video on how to disassemble and do some, well, I shouldn't say general service, but on how to open this up and lubricate it. So forearm comes off, barrel comes off. We're going to pull the stock off, and we're trying to get down into the receiver, and that is where everything happens as far as that's where your hammers are. So it's very simple. Just grab a good quality Phillips screwdriver, and one that's preferably not wore out. If the edges are starting to round out on it, get rid of that screwdriver, get a new one. If they are rounded out, they will destroy your screws. Okay, buttstock is off. I'm using a 1/4-inch extension with a 12mm socket and a 1/4-inch ratchet. You'll find that by using 1/4-inch that the socket diameter is smaller and will fit down inside the stock much easier. I have not tried a 3/8 socket in there, but you may have luck with that as well. Basically, we're just unbolting our stock. Once the bolt is free, drop your bolt out of there. Grab your receiver, your stock, just kind of give it a smack like that, and you will disassemble it. I don't know if the camera can see in here, but when we first took this off, after that first 100 shots, I opened this up to find out what was failing as far as getting our second barrel to fire. And what I found is they didn't put any lubricant of any kind, or at least I couldn't see any traces of lubricant in there. And I guess to me that made sense, that would be our problem, is lack of lubrication. So the owner's manual does recommend using a non-synthetic oil in there. I use synthetic oil, so that's what it got. I can't answer why TriStar recommends using a non-synthetic, but we are using a synthetic. So I just lubricated all of the moving and contact points just to make sure that everything's moving correctly. And without lubricant in certain places, things aren't going to move correctly. So I guess my first recommendation when you buy this TriStar or even the Con shotgun, open them up, pop your stock off, and just put a drop of oil, whatever you have for gun oil. And I specify gun oil because it is a specific viscosity and it does have some anti-corrosion properties. And make sure to put a drop on your spring, it'll work its way through. And just a little bit of lubricant goes a long ways. I also lubricated the release and put a drop on our hinge points as well. Then on the barrel, if you look at it, you're going to see a fish scale machining. And what you're going to want to do there too is just put a little drop of oil on those. Those fish scales are actually put there to hold lubricant. And then also on your lifter, you might want to put a drop of oil in there as well. And then I believe after that, you're good to go. Now, so once we lubricated this one, we've probably put about 200 rounds through it out on the trap fields, and we've had no problems whatsoever. So I guess that's my recommendation on the TriStar shotgun from Walmart. Like I say, we only paid $340 some for it. Great shotgun. The only thing that we found as a failure on it was lack of lubrication. So go ahead, put a little lube in it, go out and have some fun, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe.